been in talks about Thrive Southwest for a while, and it was so cool to fly out, meet my homies in Orange County, and be a part of this awesome Airstream rehaul, beautiful building of goodness.
Here at Thrive, a conference that Bayside's throwing down here at Southwest Church in Palm Springs. It's super exciting. It's actually, Bayside is my home church that I grew up in, so it's really fun to get to come here and just build even deeper connections and new connections with new people that I don't know with Saddleback's team here with the podcast. And so we're just doing that and doing lots of hospitality stuff and snagging people with awesome stories to just give us insight on what they're learning at this leadership conference and what they're doing and what their ministry is.
This month in particular, I felt like I heard the most compelling message on why as leaders we ought to set our sights on developing other leaders, volunteer leaders, people who have no experience, and you bring them into your world and you give them experience and you make them equal parts in whatever it is that you're trying to build or trying to lead or trying to bring to the surface. And Rick talked about two distinct kinds of people. He talked about the professional, a person who is well studied and well to do about a particular topic, and they're always compensated for their knowledge. And then he talked about the amateur, and it was such a distinct definition difference, because the amateur is the root word is amor, right? So amor is because you love, or because you love it. And so you're not worried about the pay, you're not worried about the compensation, you're not worried about the accolade. You do it because you love it. And he said the Titanic was built by professionals and the Ark was built by an amateur. Oh. And you know where both of those ended up.
Spending more time giving activities away, giving away the things that like you're envisioning, and giving away your activities, your jobs, so you're forced to develop discipleship, because it's so easy for us to lean into just doing things ourselves. I know we all have the instance where you need to do something and you have it in your head and you can just do it because it's all there. But where the hard part comes is actually giving that away to someone else, releasing it, letting go of it, and letting the other person own it. So it's twofold. One, you're giving an opportunity to someone else to grow as a person and to do something that may be bigger than them. And then two, you're growing yourself in your relationship with other people. And ultimately what God's worried about is your relationship with Him and your character. So for us to press into the harder part of getting things done for God, activities accomplished, is to press into giving things away.
Set your shot and let some footage roll, dude.
Yeah. There you go. I'm already doing it.
Are you?
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Is it a little wonky? Do you want to kick it off?
I think I am. I think I'm gonna it's gonna go into the
So it's funny, we've worked alongside of Catalyst Conference this is gonna be our 10th year, a decade of working with Catalyst on their West Coast conference. And even though we have a track record with them of delivering some great, engaging stuff, still, no matter how good our past efforts have been, we still are required to come up with a pitch and a proposal and a budget and come to the table. The idea that, you know, eventually you get so good that they just hand you money and you do what you want to do is a total lie, right? Because we've been waiting for 10 years for that moment to happen, and it doesn't exist. So Jon and I, it's funny, we wrestled over a great idea. When you have a great opportunity, you should never rush your answer. I cannot express that enough. The opportunity to engage with several thousand people, to look inside and to ask themselves some tough, serious questions in a way that would propel them forward is just something you don't take lightly. So we wrestled for probably the better part of 5 days before we delivered a proposal, sketches, ideas, a description, and that was like 5 days late. So right now we're waiting. We don't know if they're gonna say yes. We don't know if it's gonna be a green light or a red light. We don't know if they're gonna say thanks but no thanks. And it's been nerve-wracking all day. I sent that email this morning and I'm still nervous. Even with 9 years of epic installations, I still get nervous, wondering if they're gonna like what we put on paper.